Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for taking the time to join us today for our webinar, Reach for the Cloud, Unlock Your Potential with Migration. My name is Joy Bartolome, and I'll be your host today. So we've got two industry experts for our webinar who will be sharing their expertise on migration to the cloud. Let me introduce them to you. First, we have Manoj Kumar Shukla with us. Manoj, could you tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Manoj Shukla. I welcome you all to this informative session.
Welcome everyone who has joined this session. I'm Devesh Chauhan.
So let's have a look at our topics for discussion today. Today, we're going to talk about challenges organizations face with on-prem systems, what a migration journey for an organization looks like. We'll deep dive into the benefits of migrating to the cloud, security and compliance measures that the cloud has to offer, offerings from Microsoft Azure, and finally, we'll go through one of our very own customer success stories. And at the end, we'll have an open interaction session to address any questions you may have related to the cloud. To start off, can we talk about why migrating to the cloud is important? What are some challenges companies that face with their applications and moving their data? What are the challenges that they are likely to face? So Devesh, over to you.
Yeah, so there are various challenges which company face when they are in on-prem systems. First is cost management, because on-prem system involves a set of costs upfront because of the server and component has to be purchased upfront. Their hardware replacements are very costly, unlike cloud ecosystem. They have to manage their own system, unlike cloud provider. So other challenge is business continuity, because on-prem system deactivity has to be set up upfront, and you have to pay the cost when it is not in use, unlike cloud ecosystem, and there is no guarantee of uptime. And there is another concern of security where it's very resource intensive in on-prem system. Probably will dig deeper in the coming slides. We do have compliance issues as well, where meeting security meeting compliance standards itself is difficult, like HIPAA, GDPR, and OAS, because it requires a proper setup to avoid data loss, malfunctions, and IDPR breach. You have a challenge with scalability as well, because it involves additional cost scaling up your infrastructure. It needs to be managed by their own, and scaling up includes additional purchase of the server and the setup. And last but not the least is maintenance, because you pay all the maintenance costs because you bear or you control the hardware. One of the overhead is on-prem system is like regular backup, security, and other patches. Thanks, Joy.
Then if an organization chooses to migrate to the cloud, what would that migration journey look like? Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure. So there are various strategies, but I would go with 7 R's. Each migration strategy, like refactor, replatform, repurchase, rehost, relocate, retain, and retire. So it has to be in phased manner, basically. First you strategize what an SSD your environment, and determine the factor which will govern your migration. Determine the use case that cloud will offer to you, and prepare for a migration plan. Once you prepare for the migration plan, you go for the proof of concept, where you choose the component which is actually going to be migrated, and you take care of those compliance and security in that POC as well, and execute your test system. As I said, it has to be in a phased manner. So you can probably have a phased manner, like you do an infra setup first. You check for all the checklists like compliance, security, and other standards. Then you migrate your data. Migrating your data is like migrating your databases, file system, and other storages. Once that is migrated, you can again do a checklist. You can check whether that is working properly. Each KPIs or each points are checked in or not. Then once that is sure, then you can move for app migration. So whatever the software and applications which are there in the on-prem system, that has to move to equivalent cloud services like app service and SaaS offerings. Then you run and optimize your system and validate the KPIs, like your infra setup, whether your applications are working properly or not. Then you optimize step by step, and then you achieve your migration.